Now look at beauty internet. I didn't mean to hit this.
I promise to try not to fall asleep this time.
Yes, please, please don't. We were at the phone. Figured might as well try calling people.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose, how may I direct your call?
I'd like to speak to Franklin Rose, please.
Oh.
I'm sorry, but Mr. Rose is out of the office. Would you like to try back later?
Sure, thank you.
Have a great day.
Okay, I just remembered that I actually have to put the 1 before it. I guess the 1 lets me do more than the regular numbers.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, Beth, it's me, Nancy. What's new?
It's pouring rain. George and I are in the middle of a heated game of Go Fish, and I'm winning.
Don't believe a word she says, Nancy. Last hand, I made mincemeat out of her.
Anyway, we don't want to make you homesick. How's the internship going?
So far, so good.
She
There's
took
lot
a
of
voluntary
excitement about the upcoming
internship.
exhibit, especially
Also,
since we have
Nancy,
the Palladium
Nancy,
Monolith.
come on.
Who?
Also, they're
The
abbreviating their
monolith.
names by
It's a
the
giant
first and
block
last
of
initial
stone
now.
recently
So instead of saying
excavated
Bess
from a cave
and
near
George, it's saying
Palenque in
BM
Mexico.
and GF.
Apparently,
And it almost
it's a
makes it
very
seem
big
like
deal.
Bad
They
mouth
think
girlfriend.
It's
Yeah.
1,500 years old.
So, have you seen it? This, monolith?
Yeah, it's humongous. Must weigh a ton.
Like how big? As big as a refrigerator?
Maybe Bigfoot's refrigerator.
Sorry, Nancy, but how would a person tell this monolith apart from, say, some other big rock?
Well, for one thing, it has Maya glyphs carved into it.
Glyphs?
Pictures that represent words or ideas.
How-
also
they're-
known as
How does no one know what a glyph is in this world?
Joanna says the glyphs
How
might
are
be a
they
message
college
from
level,
King
like-
Akal.
What kind of
Like,
message?
We
they're
don't
probably
know
like
yet.
sophomores or
Henrik
like juniors in
Vanderveen,
college at
Beach
this
Hills
point.
epigrapher, is working on a
How
translation.
do they not know what a
Who was
glyph
King
is?
I don't
Pakal?
know.
He's considered one of the great Maya rulers. He reigned at the height of the Maya civilization.
Well, Nancy,
Like,
You're
wouldn't
sounding
studying
very
like world history or something give you
very
some insight into that
curatorial.
sort of stuff?
I mean, you
If you were,
think.
you would be a little
Especially,
bored
like,
without a
ancient
mystery to
histories and
solve, but it
cultures.
sounds like your brain will have plenty to chew on.
The whole Maya culture
I feel like
is a
that's- yeah,
mystery
that's
to me
basically
at the
like
moment. The
high
last
school
thing I'm
education,
going to
if
be is
not,
bored.
like, middle school
I'm
education.
Sure of
Like,
that.
one of the big things of understanding, like, ancient Egyptian culture, you know, at the height of the civilization was,
Well,
the
I think we've got
hieroglyphs.
plenty of
yeah,
debate
which
to
is their
hold
system
here.
of, like, writing and
Okay,
visual
you
symbols
two.
to
I'll call
depict
back later.
communication.
Call back
Right.
soon. Yeah, and good luck.
Oh, okay, well. I didn't have anything to ask them, I guess.
Did you call Ned, or could he not be reached?
Ned didn't have an option.
What?
Yeah, he didn't appear,
He must be really busy with college or something right now.
I guess. Okay, so, 12 p.m. Let's do 10 a.m. maybe?
Yeah, that's probably. And then we should make sure to get back to the.
Okay, so let's go back to
The museum and make sure to call.
the
what's his-
bubble wrap.
Yeah,
Yeah. And also maybe Franklin.
yeah. Oh, also check the note while you're here
Yeah.
for Sunny's login, right?
Yeah. Okay, so...
What is that random key you have in your inventory? You've had it since the beginning.
It's a key to the museum. I have to use it to get in and out, but it does it automatically, so I don't even know why it bothers.
Just to say you have it, I guess.
Yeah.
I thought it was a key to your suitcase. That kind of like the first or second game, which to me makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, phone. It says business hours. Does not say business hours. Okay, well. 555-99630. Okay.
You have
555-99630.
Silvio's curatorial bonanza.
Okay. Are you still having a sale on packing
Are
supplies?
you still having a sale on packing supplies?
That's right, 30% off on bubble wrap, foam peanuts, heavy duty tape, medium and large boxes, sticky labels, and why supplies last, of course. Have you ordered from us before?
I think so. We have an account number.
Yes, I think so. We have an account number.
Okay, good. That saves me a lot of paperwork. What's the account number?
BH119.
Glad it lets me do
Just
that.
click it, yeah.
BH119K? Beach Hill? Are you serious?
Yeah?
You sound surprised. I guess you were expecting Sunny June?
I was expecting Beach Hill to settle its accounts with me about 6 months ago. I've sent all 6 of the outstanding invoices to a collection agency. And you jokers won't get another packing peanut out of Silvio Jr. ever. Do not call here again.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
wow.
Time to talk to Sinclair and maybe this Franklin guy.
Yeah. Or Joanna, at least.
Yeah.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose. How may I direct
How
your
is he
call?
still out of the
I'd
office?
like
It's
to
10
speak to
a.m.
Franklin Rose, please.
He
I'm
must be on
sorry,
vacation or
but Mr.
something.
Rose is out of the
Well, why is
office.
it even giving me the option to
Would you
call
like
him?
back later.
Sure, thank you.
Because we need to
Have a
contact him
great
at
day.
some point, I guess. Kind of like Congressman dude from the last game, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
What was his name? Trout or something? Sherman Trout, wasn't it?
I like how I can cross off order the bubble wrap even though I didn't actually order it.
Yeah.
I'd better check to see if I'm done with
Oh.
that.
Oh, okay. So the only thing I have to do is reorder my numbering exhibit, which I don't even know where that is. Maybe it's at the bottom of the, and I have to complete all the fucking mini games,
Maybe?
which means I need the password. Wait, oh yeah, the password. I needed Sunny's thing.
Yeah.
It's in this desk drawer. Okay, where is the password? I'm not seeing a password.
Wrong drawer?
I thought it said Sunny's. This is Sunny's book.
Well, you're the one that read it and said, oh yeah, it's Sunny, so I assumed you would...
Yeah. I mean that's what it said in the notes. Property of Sunny June.
Is it in that book on the top of the desk? Can you...
No, I can't
Oh.
click on that. Well, let's talk to Joanna. Because I don't know where the password is.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's the wrong one. Nope, no, go, no, I messed up.
We definitely saw that password before, though, right?
I did.
Come in. How are the tasks coming along?
Do you think Alejandro would go to extreme measures, like stealing, to reclaim Mexico's artifacts?
Who knows?
Why did you become
Okay.
a museum
Okay.
curator?
I became a curator because I want to help make artifacts available to as many people as possible. That's all that matters, isn't it? Unless you're Alejandro Del Rio.
I've got work to do.
Semper ubi sub ubi.
Well, I couldn't even talk to her about not being able to order packing peanuts.
Yeah. Maybe that's when you gotta talk to Sinclair, the
Maybe. I guess I'll go to Sinclair.
art dealer, about, since I guess he's kind of the one who runs the operation,
Yeah.
right? Well, no, she's the curator, isn't she?
She
So
is.
wouldn't she be the... Yeah.
Wait, that's a hotel. Gosh darn it. Well, while I'm at the hotel, let me check my notes again to make sure I read it right.
That's fair. Also, you still got that floppy disk in the computer, right?
Yeah, I do. I need a password for it though.
Oh, and that's different from the one we're looking for?
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Sunny's displayed this password protected. Look around for his desk for clues as to what it could be. Okay. Do I need to call this? I might need to call that. 555-12222. Okay. That's easy enough.
What's that number for?
It's for the Chaco Cran Cultural Center. I don't know why I would need to call that, but she made a note of it, so you'd think that maybe it's somewhat important.
Important to some extent, yeah.
Where? You bring them on this, the art dealer. Offline. I bet Sunny's login will work. Well, I need to know what his login is.
So I guess go back to his desk and search around everywhere.
I guess. Let me try calling that number. 555-12222. Okay. Back.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be.
Infinite ringing.
And 5, 5, 5, 1, 2, 2, 2.
We're sorry. Your call.
It's acting as if the number is incorrect, but that was the
That
number.
was not the time to do that.
I guess not.
I will say though, Alejandro definitely makes a point that it's really weird that this like ancient like
Mayan stuff gets to
from
be...
down in like Mexico is debuting in America. That
Yeah.
seems wrong.
I agree. But, I mean, what can you do, I guess?
Yeah, I mean being on loan and everything, you know, that seems like a relatively normal practice to move the exhibits around to kind of shake things up and whatnot. But
Okay, so... Let's see. Whoops. Can I...
because like you took a look at this in here somewhere and you were like, ah, I got it, that's it.
I thought I did. I don't know why this Pascal triangle's here. Or, yeah, Pascal. Okay. Notes.
How called Pascal? Huh.
I hate that bull game. It's all random, or is it choosing when I pass, when the computer passes? There's some corn. I'm gonna try Pascal. Okay. The rocks. The beach hill gang. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Stop breaking my stuff. Stop losing my things. Quit daydreaming. Get to work, Sonny. What's up her sleeve?
Her sleeve, like Joanna?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, the audio narration thingy is so much work. Lucky old Hurricane Sonny managed to borrow Joanna's notes for this project. Note to self: must distract Joanna only after her coffee break. Okay, these are the notes. Something I took a picture of. Must surf web. I'm sure the lab. We should lab at a computer. I just have to check the latest alien adventure games. www.justadventure.com. If only someone would make a game about Maya and toss in some aliens and stuff, of course. Sonny's latest adventure game #1. This museum was a boring job. Uh-oh, Joanna found about the stinky cheese incident. Big trouble now. Wonder who ratted it out on me. Must have been that Coco Bandit. Whoops, I hear Storm and Joanna coming over. Better hide this.
Okay.
There is no...
that seemed...
none of this seems Paffery.
And we don't have like a sticky note or anything with it in our inventory?
We have these slabs that I don't know what to do with.
Can you open any of the drawers in the desk?
It's locked.
Those keys don't work.
It's locked.
Yeah, it's to the front door of the museum, not...
Yeah. Oh, who the heck are you? Where did you come from?
You must be Nancy, the new deputy
Is
curator.
that Sonny?
I'm Henrik Vanderheel.
No, Henrik. Because Sonny got fired, remember?
Oh.
Pleased to meet you. What are you
I didn't
working
know
on?
that.
And that's right, I'm Nancy. Joanna tells me you're translating the glyphs. Okay.
That's right. I'm Nancy. Joanna tells me you're translating the glyphs on the Palenque monolith.
Yes, it's quite a project. The opportunity of a lifetime for me.
Why are you wearing that mask, or how's the translation coming along?
Why are you wearing the mask?
Why are you wearing that mask?
Oh, these dusty old artifacts are murder on my allergies. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Okay, these are... Oh, wow, I have a lot to talk to you about.
Alright,
Did you
well.
know the deputy curator who was here before me?
Hurricane Sonny? I'm afraid I did. If he wasn't losing paperwork or setting off the fire alarm, he was cornering our visitors with his theory that the Maya were abducted by aliens. I'm afraid you'll be cleaning up his messes for a while.
I'm supposed to order
Is
more
that the
packing
big
supplies,
secret?
but
That we're
the
gonna
company
uncover
said
the
they
truth
don't
and we're
have
abducted by
business with us
aliens
anymore.
for some weird,
Does
like,
BTO have bills it can't pay?
conspiracy
no comment.
thing?
No comment, he says. Who
But
knows?
Henrik,
No
how am I
comment on
supposed
what?
to get this order taken care of?
Oh,
I'm
I
hereby
asked him if
absolve
we
you
have
of
unpaid
that
bills
task.
because of the packing peanuts.
If Joanna wants things shipped, she can stuff them into garbage bags for all I care.
I'm curious about your work. How do you go about translating a glyph anyway?
It can be a complicated process, involving research, piecing lots of different elements together, and a healthy dose of guesswork.
So there isn't a definitive dictionary of Maya glyphs where you can look things up?
Oh, I'm afraid not. You see, glyphs are so intricate and full of subtleties that multiple meanings may be embedded in a single glyph. So 3 distinct-looking glyphs may all translate to mean sunshine, roughly, but with different nuances. There is so much we still don't know. Lucky for me, I guess, or I'd be out of a job.
Can I give that ham radio a try?
Absolutely not. The radio is a tool, not a toy. One has to be extremely careful about the kind of information one sends out over the airwaves. And I do not have time to monitor you. And besides, the vacuum tubes have been terribly fussy lately. If another one blows, I think I'll go mental.
What is the Spectro-X Archeo Analyzer for?
It's used for identifying chemical compounds that are found on artifacts, traces of ink, blood, charcoal, and other substances. The beauty of the machine is that it can collect these traces without damaging the artifact in any way. But it cost us a fortune, so don't fiddle with it unless you get Joanna's permission.
Joanna turned me loose without too many instructions. Do you have any advice for me?
Well, as you've probably heard, the museum is closed in preparation for the exhibit, so you'll have free run of the place. Please explore. The sooner you get to know your way around, the better. Think of the lab as your home base, your center of communications. Anyone who wants to get in touch with you will leave a note or a voicemail here, so check in often. I'm very busy with my work, so you're going to have to be pretty independent, but I suspect you wouldn't have it any other way.
See you around, Henrik.
I suspect you will.
Okay, seems like an alright guy.
Yeah. Also, I just remembered, didn't the preview, like the opening cutscene, basically say that the exhibit was opening tomorrow? And yet I just went to bed and slept until 10 a.m. Isn't it already tomorrow then? Unless this
Groundhog Day.
Yeah, I guess this is all just one day, regardless if I sleep or not. Do you have any more to
I
say?
see you
or-
succeeded in reconstructing that Maya plot. You know
What?
glyph on it means?
No, I was hoping you could tell me.
Place name glyphs are some of the rarest and most difficult to translate. Most of my colleagues wouldn't have a clue about this one. But I'm
I
a
guess
rare
she's hungry.
breed myself, Nancy.
Maybe.
And this
Yeah,
is one of my
she's eating.
areas of expertise.
You got my undivided attention.
You've got my
Awfully loud for
undivided
being
attention.
hungry.
The glyph on that
Yeah.
plot signifies the great ancient Maya city of Copan in Honduras. There happens to be a very important dig going on there right now.
Do you have any archaeologists there, or why is it important?
Why is it
Why
important?
is it so important?
When you've been researching a civilization for over half your life, you get very excited about any new evidence that is found. I'm keeping up with the action by ham radio.
See you around, Henrik.
That will be fine.
Okay. Why anything else?
Howdy.
Nope.
See you
Okay.
around, Henrik.
Just wanted to make sure. Because cooking on again did yield more stuff.
Well, cool that he's really dedicated to his work.
Yeah?
He obviously has a great passion for what he's up to.
I'm still no closer to figuring out what the password is. Okay, this
That's
is
the Morse
ham
code
radio.
thing.
Yeah. Okay, that's the ham radio thing. Wasn't there a thing here?
Yeah. Well, that's a cultural center, but you already have the number for.
Which I could try calling here. Maybe it only didn't work at
Did
the
you open
hotel.
the drawers in that desk?
I can't, it's locked.
Oh.
You have
Oh.
Interesting.
Alright.
That's the first I've gotten that.
Can you open the closest drawer in that desk? Like that one down there?
No.
No? Okay. Like that counter somewhere? Not the desk, the counter to the left of it.
No.
Hmm.
What would Sunny's password be, and where is it?
I mean, yeah.
I already fixed this. I thought I saw a password to something some point during our...
Do we want to take a look at that in our like actual. Take a look at our footage and see if we might have run across it. And
I don't even know where we ran across it. If I knew where we ran across it, then I would just go to that area right now. Oh wait, Johnny's stuff. No, that just had the key card in it.
in the floppy disk, right?
Yeah. Or the, yeah.
Who is Johnny? Because I mean, Hurricane Sunny, I guess, is the guy who was
right.
there before you,
For
but
some reason I thought they were the same person, but I guess not. Maybe he's...
and there's nothing on the pink slip there.
This is like items that came in.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what these boxes are for. I don't know what the code for this would be.
Not a
It's
clue.
1113. No. Yeah, I don't need that anymore because I already fixed it.
Alright.
Uh-oh. What's going on? What's going on?
The fire alarm went off?
Why? What's going on?
Is that a security alarm? Go to the front of the museum, maybe? Or...
Beach Hill's been hit. Sit tight, Nancy. The police are on their way.
What?
A robbery? At, like, in the middle of the day?
I guess. Was it because I tried to open up that thing without knowing the... No, that's definitely not my
What's
doing.
gone?
It was that plaque thing, or the my name is Pakal, you know, that one.
Oh.
This is from the opening cutscene,
I
too.
should talk to Joanna before I touch anything.
Ow, ow, baby, ow, your claws.
Oh no.
She's settling on my desk, but she doesn't know how to... Okay, well, let's talk to Joanna, I guess.
Someone has cooked up my worst nightmare and served it to me on a plate.
I'm sorry about the theft. Must be a terrible loss, or I'd like to have a look at the crime scene myself. Did the police turn up any clues?
Probably clues.
I'd like to have a look at the crime scene myself. Did the police turn up any clues?
The police took some samples for the crime lab, but they couldn't promise any overnight results. So if you want to put your little magnifying glass up to the scene, it's fine with me.
Great. I'll let you know if I find anything. What were their initial findings? I've got work to do.
Initial
What
findings.
were their initial findings?
Any information
Who
we can
knows?
use is...
Right now,
Okay,
my
wow.
priority is to get a move on this insurance claim.
When did Henrik come on board?
I got an email from him one day saying he heard the news about Beach Hill getting the monolith. He said he'd drop everything to come here and translate those glyphs. He was even willing to take a pay cut. What could I say except giddy up? You're hired.
Where was he working before?
At the Chaco Canyon Cultural Center
Oh,
in
that's
New
why.
Mexico.
Okay, that's where it comes up.
I've got work to do.
Bye.
What if Henrik
Need something?
I've got work to do.
is
Go
the
to it.
thief?
Yeah, well, we went into
'Cause,
it.
I mean-
Yeah, I was going to talk to him and be like, hey, what's going on with the siren? But he was gone. Unless maybe he just ran out when he heard the siren.
Maybe, but we didn't see him anywhere.
Well, I also didn't... I kind of got lost trying to figure out where to...
Yeah,
where
we
the
also
exit
got a guy
was.
could stop by Joanne, I guess. So.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was... it's
But it is a little suspicious that as soon as the alarm was going off, you know,
Yeah, he was just gone.
booked. Instead of being like, hey, who turned on the fire alarm? And he's still gone.
He's still gone.
He did it.
You're placing your bet right now?
I did really suspicious circumstances.
Yeah. Now that we know that he's from here, maybe that will trigger something.
Well,
Okay. that's
not
still
only
using
that,
the
but
alarm.
like, we tried to. That's his former place of work, and they were also like, what?
Nancy, something's come up and I'll be gone for a bit. Your mission in the meantime, run through the temple activities to verify all questions can be answered and based off of info available elsewhere in the museum. We don't want a little rascal rebellion in our hands when the exhibit opens, now do we? Be back ASAP, Hendrik.
Okay.
So
yeah,
actually, I don't think they can, to be honest, because I had to Google search it.
Yeah, and it was really.
I'd better check to see if I'm done with that.
I still don't know what I don't know what reordering the Maya numbering exhibit is. What do you mean reorder?
Reorder the numbering?
Yeah. Is that somewhere here? Language?
I don't.
Rituals?
Probably under language, because that was where they had their dot system, right?
Reorder the numbering system. Yeah, number system. Okay. What do you mean by reorder it? How? Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
So what's...
Oh. Okay. Okay. I need to...
So what's 1?
Good question.
Do we have a book of the glyphs or anything to help see what's what? I mean, I guess we could just click things around until it sticks or something, right?
So that's 0, 1. I'm gonna guess this is 0, probably. Because that looks like a 0. Fuck. There's probably a book around here somewhere. Maybe the... I remember seeing those symbols in that newspaper that Joanna had. Right? Okay, that looks like one of them. Close-up of the jade carving. Okay, that actually doesn't tell me anything.
Is there another one that might... Wait, what about, Sonny's book? Would that tell us anything?
Oh, maybe. It's weird that we saw Hendrik.
We're like, hey, how you doing? Hey, you seem like an alright guy. He, dropped his work to...
Like, literally...
elsewhere to come here and translate the thing, and then the alarm went off and he's gone.
Also, he literally, just appeared out of nowhere, too. We were like, who the fuck are you? Where did you come from? And then he's just gone again.
Just as quickly.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Is this... No, that has nothing to do with it. I don't see anything that might help with the numbers.
Also, he was working here at the time that Sonny was also here, who was the person that you replaced after he got fired.
Correct.
So he would have knowledge of some things and whatnot that you probably wouldn't, so...
It's locked.
Yeah. Can we search his desk area?
No.
Nothing?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm stumped.
Well...
I was for sure that Sonny's journal would have had some clues for us.
Maybe we can,
The Maya used different methods to represent numbers. Here is an example of the numbers from 0 to 19, from top left to bottom right. Notice how some numbers are represented with bars and dots, and some are represented with pictures.
Well, hold on. I just remembered something.
Oh.
This.
Ooh, what's this?
19 was one of them. Which one was 19 again? Okay, this is 19.
What?
This face.
What face? Is it like a... It's hard to see it from back here.
I don't know how to describe it. It's like a face with a beard, I guess.
Is it facing left,
It's
right?
facing left.
Okay. So that's 19.
So that's 19. So we can at least put 19 in its place. This one, they all look,
Just slot them in, see which one's which.
I know, but first, where's 19? 13.
19's in the bottom right corner.
Okay, so this, I think, is 19. That looks the most similar to it, I think.
Does it have a beard or whatever like you were talking about?
Yeah.
Facing left?
Let me go back and look at it again.
Do we gotta do this puzzle to...
Okay, it's definitely the one with the...
solve something?
It's one of the things on my checklist.
Oh.
It's the last thing on my checklist, that's actually. So I might as well do it.
Well, I meant that thing where you got the 19 from.
Oh, I already did that.
Okay.
Okay, so it's actually okay. So if I had to guess, so that's 19. This.
I wish I understood what the bars and dots represent, because that would probably give us a big boost as to what goes where. Yeah, whether they represent like a 10 or something, or like
what's 1? I don't like doing process of elimination because actually it's like I don't.
It's a really long time, and also it's not necessarily a guaranteed thing until we stumble into it, because we don't really know what we're looking at.
Right. Okay. Was there something that said 0 or something? No. North Inc. 19, which. Okay. Wait, is that?
So what did doing this little minigame thing here get you?
It got me it let me. It was one of the things that let me open up the store.
Oh, okay.
Remember, because we had the computers and all that.
Right.
I wonder. There was another door in the garden that I.
In the garden?
Yeah. That the key card didn't let me access, but maybe I can access now that I can go in the other one.
Well, there's no harm in trying.
Okay, I need to turn around. There we go. No. Still
Does
can't
looking at
access
the monolith tell us anything?
Well, apparently this has something missing. Remember when we looked at it the first time?
Yeah, some sort of like wheel or something.
Yeah, Nancy was all like, "This one's missing something," or whatever.
Great.
Right.
And there's nothing about the numbers anywhere else. It's just that little...
Yeah. At least that's as far as I could find.
That's annoying.
So...
Bar and dot system. Okay, that's all fine and dandy, but what do the bars represent?
And why do faces represent numbers? Why would faces represent numbers?
Well, does each face have like a figure that it's supposed to represent that we've already taken a look at? Like they're gods or leaders or something? Because if so, then maybe, depending upon that, we might be able to navigate some sort of like system of numbers out of them. Like, you know, if his mom was like the, I don't know, the 15th like leader or whatever of the thing, then her face would probably go in 15. Something like that, I guess. Right? That's the closest thing I can think of.
I guess. I'm kind of stumped. I'm not gonna lie.
Go back to the book on the ham radio, because I thought in there was something about like.
No, that's all Morse code.
There's nothing about glyphs in there.
I don't think so. I didn't remember seeing anything. I mean, let me go look.
Double check, maybe just in case.
Morse code.
Okay, alright, just double checking. So that'll be for later when we actually get to use the ham radio.
Yeah. Maybe I have to do one.
Are there any other books you can click on in that?
No.
No?
No.
Shame.
Let me try calling that number again, but doing the 1 in front of it.
Do you have the area code for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, sorry, this call cannot be completed at this time.
Error shown, yeah. Do I have
You
voicemail?
have voicemail.
I do.
Press 0 to...
Nancy, hi. It's Franklin Rose. I'm calling because it's just... This theft is very bad news for the museum. You can't imagine the limb we went out on to acquire that Pakal carving. It's been one of the museum's main attractions. I don't want to take you away from your internship, but if you can do a little investigating, well, I think I speak for the whole board when I say we'd be very grateful. Give me a call when you have a chance. And Nancy, thanks.
To read
Alright, well, I guess that's calling.
Press 0. Press 9.
5551441. He better be in the office this time.
No, then he's left you a voicemail and everything.
Yeah.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose. How may I direct your call?
This is Nancy Drew. Calling for Franklin Rose, please.
Just a minute, please.
Nancy, hello. Do you have any news?
Not really, but something tells me this case is going to get complicated.
Oh, Nancy, you zero in on a case like a heat-seeking missile, don't you? I feel so much better knowing you're going to follow up on every lead. I'll help in any way I can.
Thanks, Mr. Rose.
That's what I'm here for.
That's all you had to say? I called you and that's all you had to say?
I'm on the case.
Well, I guess I never actually did look at the thing now that I have permission to.
Yeah.
So maybe I should do that. Okay. Okay.
What did it...
It's a Scarlet hand thing.
That's it?
I got the piece of paper and it has like numbers on it, but there's the numbers I still don't know how to translate. Okay, well, I have it now, I guess.
Come in. Need something?
Okay.
Can you explain how you want me to reorder that Maya numbering exhibit?
Check with Henrik on that.
He's gone!
Have you seen Henrik? I found a piece of paper inside the Pakal display case. It had some glyphs on it and a print of a red hand. I'm hoping he can give me a translation.
What am I, fish food? Henrik's not the only one around here who can read a glyph, you know.
Sorry, Joanna. I thought I was supposed to go to Henrik with all my glyph questions.
The police showed me the note. It said, "The magician suffers yellow death," whatever that means. Apparently, the thief just couldn't come up with the glyphs for "The curator suffers flaming purple disgrace."
I'm curious about the red handprint the thief left. Does it have any significance in Maya culture?
Afraid I can't help you there. What I want to know is what the hand was printed with. It's obviously not finger paint. Why don't you do a little analysis on it in the lab?
I haven't seen Henrik since the theft. Where do you think he could be?
Who knows?
Wow, you're
Need
helpful.
something?
I've got work to do.
See you around.
That seems to be her most common thing. Who knows?
Right, also, was I supposed to do the numbering thing before Hendrik left? Because I can't... she said ask Hendrik about it, but I can't now that he's gone. Was I supposed to do that before he left? Was that like a timed thing that I can't do now? Do I have to reload my save?
I hope not. Hang on, I'm looking through walkthrough to see if we missed anything.
Well...
Go take another look at the candy bar in his desk.
Okay, I'll do that when I go back, because I left to go to Taylor Supplier's office.
Oh, okay.
It's a fiasco, just as I feared. Oh, I'm sick about the whole thing.
Yes,
Also, it's not
there
Johnny's
seems
stuff,
to
that
have
is
been
Sunny's
quite
stuff.
visionary.
Oh, I guess I
I was in the museum when it happened.
You were in the museum when it happened? What do you mean you were in the museum when it happened? I was in the museum when it happened. Where were you? Have you spoken to the
Have you
police?
spoken to the police?
I told them everything I know. I mean, I coughed up my brains right there on the table.
Do you think this is linked with the other thefts, or did you hear the thief left a glyph message with a red handprint on it?
Do you think this is connected to the others?
So, do you think this is linked to the thefts in Topeka and New Mexico?
That awful red hand was left on Prudence Rutherford's jewelry box in Topeka, and on the display case in the museum in New Mexico. What's the chance they're not connected?
Okay. You know Prudence Rutherford personally. What's the name of the museum in New Mexico? Why do you think the thief was leaving the red handprint? These all seem very different questions.
Do you know Prudence Rutherford personally?
Oh, we saw each other at functions now and then. Poor Prudence. She adored that necklace.
What's the name of the museum in New Mexico?
The Chaco Canyon Cultural Center. They had a beautiful collection up there, worth a bundle, too. I appraised some pieces for them a few years back.
Why do you think the thief is leaving this red handprint?
To be a gruesome scoundrel?
The Bacall thief's glyph message translates to, "The magician suffers yellow death." What in the world do you think that means?
You've got me there.
I'd better get going.
Keep up the good work. Want a cookie?
Thanks, but I'm trying to cut back.
Any news?
I'd better get going.
Keep up the good work.
Okay. So does it say anything about the numbering?
Yes, but yeah, go back and look at Sunny's.
I will in a second,
Hello,
but I'm
Nancy.
just wondering does it say that we need Hendrik for that?
Do you know much about Maya glyphs?
Okay.
You've got me there. I know Spanish, English, Portuguese, several indigenous languages, including Quiche and Nahuatl, but I have yet to learn the language of glyphs.
Have you heard? The Bacall carving was stolen from the museum.
Well, I heard the alarms going off, but it wasn't until Henry called me that I heard the news.
You don't sound very concerned. Wait, so you were in the museum at the time? Wait, you were in the museum at the time?
So
He was?
I guess.
Where were these people? We didn't see any of them.
Dropping off the monolith agreement for Joanna, as I said I would.
Oh, well, I mean, that makes sense.
I guess so.
Did you see anything suspicious?
I was running late. I just figured somebody tripped a wire and I kept going.
It's odd that I didn't see you there. Or I'll need to alert the police so they can ask you some questions.
I'll need to alert the police so they can ask you some questions.
I have diplomatic immunity, so I do not have to answer any questions. But I will, because I have nothing to hide.
Did you hear about the disappearance of such a... Don't you care about the disappearance, or it's very big of you?
Don't you care about the disappearance of such a rare Maya artifact?
That artifact was lost to me as soon as it left Mexican soil. So my friend Pacal goes underground for a while until he is sold again. Suddenly, he turns up in Amsterdam or Hong Kong. Unless he is rightfully repatriated to Mexico, what's the difference?
I guess that's a fair point.
I should get back to the museum.
Goodbye. Buenos dias.
I should get back to the museum.
Adios, Nancy.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna look at that candy wrapper, I guess. I'm guessing that's what has the password on it. I just need to, like, turn it over or something.
I guess.
Gosh darn it, Hendrik. Okay, so candy wrapper... Candy wrapper.
Yeah, so it's Cocoa Kringle.
Milk chocolate crunches. Yummy, crunchy, chocolatey. Now with 79.5 less fat. What about this am I supposed to be?
Hang on. Make a mental note of the name of the candy and what the cow logo looks like. You
Okay.
just might need to remember it later.
Okay.
So, move down.
So how's that help me at all?
No, 1 second. Okay. So the drive in the computer is the floppy. That thing next to the zip drive, you need a zip disk later, which you already picked up on, I think. Clicking on the computer icon reveals your personal notes, expands your progress in the game. Clicking on the floppy icon prompts you to enter a password. If you enter the wrong password or none, it buzzes and shows you that cow logo you saw before. Remember the name of the candy. So I guess Cocoa Kringle is the name for the password?
I can try it. What's the number thing? I want to take care of this number thing while I'm here. If you just like show me a picture, I guess, or I can look it up. Because now that Hendrick's gone, I fear that I might have lost my chance without having to reload my save.
You gotta access his laptop, and that's what'll tell you what the numbers are.
Oh, really?
Or you gotta access his floppy disk, yeah. Because it under stuff to do, something we know already. Stuff to do is the important one. It tells all about the numbering system. Want to do it yourself? Make a list of 20 numbers from 0 to 19. Make a brief description such as hat, doctor, and so on next to the numbers they represent.
So I need the floppy disk then. Like the floppy disk will just tell me.
Yeah, back in your hotel room, which so the key to it is the bars and dots are easy. The dots are 1 each, and the bars are 5. So if you see, say, 3 bars and 2 dots, for example, that's 17. Each bar is 5, each dot is 1. So take care, though, looking at the dots. They must be dots, not some other little symbol. If another symbol appears where a dot could be, just ignore it. So 3 bars, 2 dots, and a little thing between them is still 17.
So, okay, so the name of the bar was what?
The K-O-K-O Kringle with a K. So Coco Kringle.
Coco Kringle with a K?
Yeah. Kringle. K-R-I-N-G-L-E.
Isn't that what I said? Oh.
Is it all one word, maybe?
Kringle. That is all one word.
Did you try 2? See if maybe that...
Maybe it's just Kringle? Maybe it's just Coco?
Can you not, like, do a space to...
Whoops. Whoa, I accidentally did the bad thing.
What, KKK?
Yeah. That was an accident, I swear to God.
Hey, I'm sure. It's fine.
I had to put a space, okay. Stuff to do.
Somewhere in here it should say something about the numbers.
Okay. Oh, and this tells me where all the exhibit stuff goes.
Ah.
Which I guess I didn't need to... I did it manually, but this one would have just told me. But I figured out the smart way, I guess.
Well, hey, good on you. You actually went through and actually figured out the puzzle.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Okay, so this is talking about it. Bar with a dot next to it is 5, because it's 1 plus 6, so 3 doors in a bot, 16. Yes, bars are usually vertical. Dot should be to the left of bars. You have to catch if it doesn't look exactly like a dot or a bar, it doesn't count. Squiggles, ovals, incomplete dots, cricket bars, chocolate bars, mini stars, blah blah blah. The also put on deck max in there. IP. Okay, so some gods also represent numbers. They're pretty tough to pick out first, but they'll grow on you, just like mole and cheese. Rule of thumb: one Hun has fish lips. Okay, a really big nose, a set of gold teeth. Am I gonna have to like take a picture of this?
Probably don't want to, yeah.
Or well, you have the thing right there, don't you?
Yeah, it just tells us the hint. It doesn't actually give us the full like list.
It doesn't give you this?
No.
Oh. I'll go back to the museum and try to figure out the number thing.
Alright.
Using my pictures.
Oh, apparently with Henrik gone, we're supposed to look at the spectral analyzer, the big blue machine in his office, or in the lab.
I can do that, I guess.
Power it on, place the red hand in the compartment on the left, and oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we analyze stuff on the Scarlet hand thing to see what's on it.
Alright. Well, first, let me just do this because it's the last task I have, and I'm determined to get it done. Okay, so I was right about this being 0, which is cool. Fish lips, really big nose, and a set of gold teeth. Okay. Fish lips.
So, like, are they like the shape of a fish, or are they like really like poofy or something? Like, I don't know what fish lips is supposed to mean.
I don't know either. Fish lips, really big nose, set of gold teeth. Good teeth. What?
So like not cracked or anything?
These all look like the same teeth to me. All the teeth look the same.
So I guess find the one with the biggest nose.
All the noses look the same too.
Oh, Set the bars, and that'll probably clear up some things.
Okay, 0 looks like a turtle shell. 1 dot equals 1, 2 dots equals 2, 1 bar equals 5. Okay, so I have to skip all the ones that are faces. So 1 is a face, 2 is a face, 3 is a face, 4 is a face, 5 is a face, 6 is a face, 7 is a face, 8 is a face, 9 is a face, 10 is a...
What? Oh, we've only got like 6 faces total, don't we?
Oh, yeah, we do. Wait, okay. Oh.
Looking at the wrong one?
No, I think maybe they have a numbering system that are both faces and bars and numbers, which means...
Yeah, that's...
No, I mean like maybe 1 through 19 all have faces associated with them, but 1 through 19 also all have bars with dots associated with them. You know what I'm saying? Like they have 2 numbering systems.
Okay.
So this is a mishmash of their numbering systems.
Okay. This is one of those things where I don't know if it gave us enough information to actually figure it out.
Yeah, I feel you there.
Because
I feel completely lost here.
Like, the bars and dots, fine. The faces, sure, we could probably kind of figure that out, but the rest of it?
Yeah.
The squid squares you keep talking about, and then there's also ones with extra turtle shells, and, like, what?
Yeah. Like, dude, I don't know. I feel like I was not given enough information at all.
We definitely must have... Well, no, because according to this, we actually...
according to that, we should be able to solve it with our available knowledge, but clearly not.
Yeah.
That looks right.
Okay, I cheated. I'm sorry, but I don't know.
Whatever, we got it done. That's... Okay. So, to the lab, the spectral analyzer.
Yeah. Whoops. Cat! Baby! Meow. You're walking in front of my screen. I'm gonna check this off the list. Okay.
Cool. Our tasks are done.
Hooray.
Is that a different note, or is that the one from Henrik from before?
That's that one from Hendrik.
Henrik.
Hendrik.
Is there a D in there? I thought it was just Henrik.
No, it's Hendrik.
Hendrik. Okay. My bad.
That's alright. Oh, anyway. Can I...
It's the blue machine.
Oh, the blue machine.
Yeah, that one. Turn on the power.
Okay. Insert sample. Maybe I should close this. Maybe I should close this. There we go.
I love that little jingle.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a graph of the chemical used for the handprint. Now I've got to match it up with a known substance.
Okay.
Okay. Press compare, then left arrow until the graphs match.
Oh, that seems fine.
That's it!
Okay.
Okay.
So it's HGS.
It's a symbol for the chemical compound. Go look at the periodic table of the elements, because that'll tell you which one it is.
Do I even need to carry this with me, or can I just leave it here?
I think you could just leave
I
it there.
should take the handprint with me.
Nope. Okay. Look at the bottom of it or something? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, periodic table.
S stands for sulfur.
Okay.
Okay, but what? I need SG as well.
According to this chart,
HG.
HG stands for mercury. So the handprint was made from mercury and sulfur.
Okay.
Da-da-da-da-da! Mercury sulfide.
Cool.
A chemical compound.
Might as well. And we've been recording for over an hour, so I guess this is where we call it an episode.
Alright.
See you guys next time.
Bye-bye.